Good morning. There we go. Good morning. I am Kim Silva. Hang in there. Good morning. I am Kim Silva, principal of Early College Academy. It is a great honor to be here with you today to celebrate the third graduation ceremony for Early College Academy with the class of 2020. Parents, guardians, families, friends, and honored guests, we present to you the Early College Academy class of 2020. Please remain standing. Welcome parents, families, and guests. Thank you for joining us today to honor our students. I respectfully request that you silence your cell phones for the duration of the ceremony. At this time, please remove your hats and remain standing for our national anthem. Please be seated. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce and thank members of the District 6 Board of Education and Administration, as well as administrators from Ames Community College. Greeley-Evans District 6 Board of Education, Mr. Michael Matthews, Ms. Terry Pappas, Mr. John Hafley, Ms. Natalie Mash, Ms. Pepper Mueller, Ms. Rhonda Solis, and Mr. Ray Talley. Greeley-Evans District 6 Administration, Dr. Deirdre Pilch, Dr. Stacy Daddery, and Mr. John Gates. Ames Community College Administration, Dr. Leah Bornstein, Dr. Russ Rothamer, Dr. Patricia Brand, and Mr. Raymond Charles. At this time, I would like to thank those who have made today a reality. First, Ms. Marshall, our graduation coordinator, who has worked tirelessly to prepare for today. The faculty and staff of Early College Academy, who have spent countless hours working with and supporting our students. The district media specialist team for providing audio support for today and streaming today's ceremony. And Jostens for all their work behind the scenes. Finally, I invite our senior class to join me in recognizing the ongoing support of each mother, father, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, grandparent, cousin, neighbor, coach, and friend who has helped and supported us throughout their educational journey. Each of you has helped tremendously to get these graduating students here today. We thank you. Class of 2020. 4 years ago, when you entered the doors of Early College Academy, I am guessing you would have never imagined the spring semester of your senior year ending quite the way that it did. Who would have thought that you would be sitting at District 6 Stadium at the end of July, socially distanced, listening to a new principal? You have joined graduating senior classes all over the world, ending their senior year with some missed opportunities. You missed prom, award ceremonies, yearbook signings, field day, senior breakfast, a scholarship reception, final exams, and lastly, saying your goodbyes to in person to your faculty and friends. But despite these missed opportunities, I hope you are able to remember all of the amazing accomplishments and relationships that you have built throughout your educational journey. As a student at Early College Academy, you committed to taking difficult and rigorous coursework when you chose to enroll here, and you did the work along the way. You have demonstrated grit and resilience, overcoming not just a global health pandemic, but also the many challenges each of you have uniquely faced since the first day of your freshman year. This is not an easy feat for anyone. You knew these 4 years were going to be difficult, and you chose to push forward and persevered. And because you did, you accomplished great things. I feel as though I have missed out on an opportunity to get to know you this year. I joined the ECA family in February, and we went remote learning shortly after in March. In preparing my remarks, I asked ECA faculty members for some adjectives or phrases to describe the Early College Academy class of 2020, and here is what I was told. Advocates. They have learned how to advocate for their own and the needs of others. Growth. They have grown so much and learned from their mistakes during their time at ECA. And most importantly, overcomers. So many of them have made it to where they are today by overcoming significant adversity. I'm also told hilarious can be used to describe some of you. I'll let you decide exactly who that describes. In all seriousness, I want to offer some words of advice and encouragement. As you venture into this next year, a year of uncertainty, I hope you find the positives and be inspired to help those around you. You are the director of your own future. Now is the time to come up with new and creative solutions in our ever-changing world. Whatever you do, maintain a positive outlook. Don't let tomorrow's worries take away from today's opportunities. You can accomplish anything that you dare to tackle with dedication, a positive outlook, creative energy, and collaboration. We are confident that you will accomplish amazing things in the years to come. During this journey, the people in this stadium and on this stage are your #1 fans. Congratulations, class of 2020. We are so very proud of you. At this time, we have two of our 2019-2020 student leaders. They're going to share some personal observations and impart some wisdom to their classmates. These two students have demonstrated a spirit of servant leadership since they first walked through the doors. First, join me in welcoming Alan Canales Castillo, Student Body President, to the podium.
Thank you. We did it. We made it. We survived the toilet paper shortage of 2020. We didn't get the end that we wanted or expected, but sometimes life doesn't give us what we always expect. High school itself has been a challenge to all of us, but it's a challenge for a reason. We learn from all these different experiences and challenges. It's what prepares us for life. Now, we're in a time where everything around us is changing. I would have never have thought that our graduation would be in the middle of summer and now would have to be wearing a mask. The world we knew just a couple of months ago isn't the same world we will be going into for the next couple of months or even years. We must think to ourselves what we're going to do now. Will we take what we've learned and use it to better our lives, or will we waste what we've learned? Think of your friends, your teachers, your family. They've all invested their time and effort so you could be great. We have seen each other grow and learn, but we have also seen each other make mistakes. Sorry, how. We will all go and choose new paths to follow. The path you follow will be based on the choices and mistakes you make in life. You may be confused, afraid, tense, but you can't let fear run your life. We've only got one shot at life, so we have to make it count. Your time is limited, so don't waste it sitting in the shadows, afraid of making mistakes. Mistakes make us who we are. If you don't win or succeed, you learn. Everything happens for a reason. You just have to figure out what that reason is. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for, to conclude, I have always liked to say, I hate saying goodbye. So I'll say to you all, I'll see you soon. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Thank you, Alan. Now we will hear from Ariana Hernandez, Senior Class President. Ariana is not able to join us today as she is currently serving in the United States Army and is completing training at an out-of-state location. She recorded her remarks before she departed, and we'll hear those with you now.
Hello, seniors, class of 2020, families and friends. It's absolutely crazy to know we are all graduating today, after all we've been through these last 4 years and especially these last few months. We walked in an early college academy not knowing anybody or where our classes were, to most of y'all, as Professor Howell said. Well, during our freshman year, and I think we all know what that means, to forming bonds, to our senior sunrise and breakfast, to graduating today. I have grown to know you guys and create a bond with all of you. I walked into senior year not knowing what to expect, but I knew I wasn't alone. Coming into my senior year, I grew more confident and was elected by all of you to be your senior class president. Our senior year was stripped from us, and it wasn't supposed to be this way. And although I couldn't make it here today due to the fact that I'm currently fulfilling orders from the U.S. Army, I wanted to let you all know that I'm proud of each and every one of you. You are all here today because you stuck through it, and I wish you all the very best life has to offer, and I wish you all go far and chase your dreams. The world is waiting for you. Good luck, travel safe, go.
Thank you, Ariana. I now invite Mr. Perkins, Assistant Director of High School Programs, to the podium to share the senior class recognition of honors.
We walked in an early college academy not knowing anybody or where our classes were, to most of y'all, as Professor Howell said. Well, during our freshman year, and I think we all know what that means, to forming bonds, to our senior sunrise and breakfast, to graduating today. I have grown to know you guys and create a bond with all of you. I walked into senior year not knowing what to expect, but I knew I wasn't alone. Coming into my senior year, I grew more confident and was elected by all of you to be your senior class president. Our senior year was stripped from us, and it wasn't supposed to be this way. And although I couldn't make it here today due to the fact that I'm currently fulfilling orders from the U.S. Army, I wanted to let you all know that I'm proud of each and every one of you. You are all here today because you stuck through it, and I wish you all the very best life has to offer.
Can you hear me in the back? There. Oh. Thank you. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Good. Thank you, Kim. Today I had the great privilege to recognize the honors earned by our senior class. This group of seniors has accomplished a lot both collectively and individually. First, I would like to recognize the accomplishments of this class has accomplished as a group. This senior class has completed 3,373 college credits. This equates to, yes. This equates to $225,000 of Ames tuition. If these 3,373 credits were taken at UNC, this would equate it to over 1.1 million in tuition. In addition to completing this many credits, the senior class has already been awarded more than $415,000 of scholarship dollars. The complete listing of individual scholarships that were reported to us can be found. We want to celebrate what many of our seniors have accomplished. I believe all the program at ECA is not easy, but with hard work, the end is tremendously rewarding. You have noticed the various cords and stoles worn by our graduates. The stoles and cords worn by our graduates show specific achievements they have received. The red stole signifies all students who will be receiving their high school diploma. The silver stole signifies all students have completed all requirements for their Associates of Arts. The blue cord, the royal blue cord, signifies our students who represented ECA on of student representatives. The blue and gold cord represents our graduates who are National Honor Society. I can't hear you. Okay. Testing. Okay, now we can finish. Finally, there are two additional cords that represent students who have gone above and beyond in their academics. First is the silver cord. This cord signifies any student who has earned a cumulative high school GPA of 3.5 to 3.99. I would like to recognize these students. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Hayden Darcy. Vidal Dominguez. Maria Gomez. Kaylee Guerrero. Tyson Hansen. Crystal Mendoza Martinez. Jessica Miller. Lindsay Packer. Mario Ramirez Pino. Marco Rodriguez. Vincent Wojerfin. Sarah Zozija. Apologize. Please join me in recognizing these students and their achievements. You may be seated. Next, there are several students wearing red and black cords. These are for students who earned a cumulative high school GPA of above 4.0. Students, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Christopher Alareno, Marin Bahari, Mariana Cia Loredo, Jasmine Dubois, Adrian Gomez, Brittany Almanzara, Alvaldo Ruiz, Valerie Torizo, Kalia Turman. Please join me in recognizing these students for their achievements. As you have heard over and over this morning, this senior class is a special class and has accomplished so much collectively. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated.
Thank you, Mr. Perkins. The next item on our program is the senior class speaker. Selection of the senior class speaker is done by senior class vote. I now invite Mario Ramirez Pino to the podium. Mario is an exceptional student and a great representative of the senior class. Those faculty who know him well tell me that he loves a great debate and takes great pride in our school and in his work.
Which one works? Hello? 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 Every time I present, I never understood the advice of imagining your audience naked just to make you feel better. To be quite honest, I just feel left out. Good morning, honored guests, administration, teachers, family and friends, my mom Nayeli, hi mom, and of course, the class of 2020. You know, it would have been a cool year to graduate because of the number, but current events. The world we live in right now is absolutely insane. COVID, forest fires, and boomers. Despite our crazy world, we managed to graduate. So let's give ourselves a big round of applause. Looking back on these 4 years, it's clearly been a roller coaster. It's crazy to think that our first year we were all wide-eyed, unaware, and apparently really annoying. We would stay in our comfortable locations. Hello? We would stay in our comfortable locations of the cafeteria, the lobby, and even the blacktop, then venture off to the hallways to make it on time to our favorite class, American government. We love you, Howell. Our favorite class. It will be, at least. Based on that, when we look back on these 4 years, that'll be the first class we think of. Although we can remember that class for the mistakes we've made, we can also remember it for the lesson it taught us that basically got all of us to graduate. That lesson is resilience. Think about it. The people who are here listening to me have grown a lot from freshman year, and that deserves some praise right there. Except for Osvaldo, you never changed. Not just from the people around us, but the resilience that we were building along the years. We got really good at it. From dealing with a scandal that was completely our fault in freshman year, to the super hard junior class, junior year, that we somehow passed, and just the entire year of 2020. When I realized I was close on grabbing that associate arts degree, I wanted it. So, I worked hard for it. I sacrificed for it, and I stressed for it. And I got it. That was probably what most of us went through. When I got that degree in the mail, it felt so good. I finally got to my goal. It felt so good for about 12 seconds. 12 seconds for me to finally say, I won. It was euphoric. I'm pretty sure everyone felt that way. But when that 13th second passed, I sat down, looking at that piece of paper that had my name on it, and thought, that's it? What just happened? I didn't even know what to expect. Why am I not feeling anything else? I felt nothing. I was shocked. I wanted to figure out why I was feeling like this. And from the past 2 months, this is what I came up with. Working hard is good, but not when there is no meaning behind it. And there was something that has a lot of meaning behind. And that is the lesson that we learned from Professor Howell. I said previously on a YouTube video that we are a dysfunctional family. We became that because of resilience. I said that we are strong. We are that because of resilience. I said that we are the class of 2020. That is because we are resilient. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. Today's faculty speaker was also elected by the senior class. This year's honor goes to a professor who spends countless hours in her English composition and literature classes, equipping ECA juniors and seniors with the skills necessary to be skilled writers and critical thinkers. In addition, she generously gives her time serving as a faculty sponsor for multiple student clubs at ECA. This year's faculty speaker is Professor Karen McCurley Hardesty. Please join me in welcoming Professor McCurley Hardesty.
No, it's not. Okay. Wow, this is terrifying. Don't worry, students. I brought coffee. So, when I teach a class, I often stumble over my words, stop and stare at the ceiling because I forgot what I was going to say. Say, all the time. And worst of all, according to Mario, randomly hiccup. I make no promises, Mario. When I do these things, I tell my students that there is a reason I teach reading and writing, not public speaking. So to the parents, friends, and families listening, I apologize. To my wonderful former students, wasn't teasing me about the cat enough? But in all seriousness, I'm so glad to be with you here today. This has been a weird year, hasn't it? We went through several administrators at ECA and broken bones, so many broken bones. There was the Australian fire, the impeachment trial, murder hornets, protests, and of course, the pandemic that forced us to go online for the last half of spring semester. Oh yeah, and you all survived PE with Mario. Yet, I have been inspired by your resilience. After all, you've gone from being the freshmen that seniors complained about to seniors that complain about the freshmen. You've learned so much from your time at ECA that will help you be successful in your future lives. You learned how the American government works better than most citizens. You have a strong grounding in history, science, and math. You know how to be on time, especially to Moody's class. You know how to effectively use the rhetorical situation to your advantage, whether you wanted to or not. I made sure you know how to cite something in MLA. Yes, that will come in handy. In my classes, I have seen so much creativity and critical thinking that it was such a joy to teach every day. I don't think students will be able to top Davina's, Saffron's, or Tyson's presentations for years to come. I have kept so many of your projects as models for future classes. Hayden's interactive poster about social media, Kalia's frat house, and Jasmine's representation of spin, just to name a few. I have enjoyed conversations about rhetoric and literature outside of class and have been impressed by how dedicated you are to learning. My office won't be the same without Oz in there every single day next year, though I am glad that I will never have to talk to him about my Papa's waltz again. When we had to go online in the spring, I was so impressed with the depth of your thoughts about mythology and really enjoyed our Zoom meetings where I got to meet your pets, siblings, parents, and see the crazy backgrounds you chose. But as we discussed so many times in class, the stories we tell ourselves about our experiences reflect who we are, and most important things you learned outside of the curriculum. You learned the importance of honesty and consequences in Howell's class. Professor Howell sent a message by Outpost about that. Oh, he forgives you. It's about time. Anyway, Alan learned how to lead a school during troubled times. Winter made sure there was a masquerade ball despite everything that was happening with Art Club. So many of you learned how important it is to support a friend when they are struggling. You learned how to and how not to break up. I have seen so many of you grow over the last 4 years, except of course, the members of the Short Girls Club. Deanna, Lindsay, Merhan, and honorary member Winter, Short Girls Unite. I lost my spot. Okay, I have continued to enjoy the new music so many of you introduced me to and watch TV shows and movies that you have recommended. But more than that, so many of your stories, so much of who you are, will always have a place in my heart. I have been inspired by so many of your stories about overcoming obstacles like homelessness, taking care of siblings, family with addiction, surgeries, and mental health issues. I have been inspired by your compassion and generosity for others through your volunteer work and your strength and creativity through your hobbies. I think Langston Hughes said it best in his poem, Theme for English B, when he said, "You are a part of me as I am a part of you." And yes, I did cite that. It's lines 32 through 33. You can check my citations afterwards. When you remember your time at ECA, remember your resiliency, your friendships, and all that you learned inside the classroom and out. Know that I am always rooting for you. I hope you take what you've learned at ECA and continue to learn and grow. I am looking forward to watching your career paths flourish. Just remember that your character, your ethos, is more important than any knowledge you gain in a classroom. I would like to close with a quote from Dumbledore, because I wouldn't be me without making a connection to Harry Potter. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Congratulations, ECA seniors.
Thank you, Professor McCurley Hardesty. You have truly had a positive impact on each and every student in our senior class. Greeley-Evans School District 6 Board Member and Superintendent Pilch. These young adults seated before you have met the academic requirements of the state of Colorado and the Greeley-Evans School District 6. Therefore, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the Early College Academy graduating class of 2020, a contingent of 52 amazing students. I now present Board of Education Vice President Terry Pappas, who will accept the class of 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Silva. What a great honor it is to stand before all of you, the class of 2020 of Early College Academy, and share with you the heartfelt greetings from the District 6 Board of Education. We are excited to join you, your family, your friends, the faculty, and the staff in proudly recognizing your accomplishments. It is my pleasure as a member of the Greeley-Evans School District 6 Board of Education to certify that each of you has met all of the graduation requirements of Early College Academy as recommended and certified by faculty and staff. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Education, you are now authorized to receive your individual diploma. Congratulations to each of you, and thank you all so much for being here today.
Announcing the graduates' names today will be Ray Chard. We will be announcing the names of all 52 graduates, some of whom were unable to join us in person today due to the date change of the ceremony. One of the traditions established by the first graduating class is the tradition of each graduating senior personally selecting a faculty member to present their diploma to them. Unfortunately, due to the health protocols in place today, faculty members will not be presenting diplomas. However, we want to acknowledge this tradition and recognize the faculty members who were selected for the honorary presentation of diplomas this year. You will find their names listed in your program. We ask that all guests remain in the stands during the presentation. We have hired a professional photographer who will be taking photos of graduates as they cross the stage. Information about these photographs will be made available to graduates and their families in the coming weeks. Mrs. Ruppel and Mrs. Pullen, please lead your graduates to begin to line up to receive their diplomas. Graduates, please be sure to bring your diploma cover up with you.
Test. The first graduates: Jorge Adrian Aldana Flores. Jorge plans to study biology at the University of Northern Colorado. Christopher Arellano. Christopher plans to pursue further education at Ames Community College. Deanna Elizabeth Avila. Deanna plans to join the AmeriCorps program and study to become an emergency medical technician. Grace Ann Bailey. Grace plans to study psychology or social work. Merhan Hossam Eldin Bihari. Merhan plans to study pharmacy and nursing. Alan Cornelius Castillo. Alan plans to study business at the University of Northern Colorado and become an entrepreneur. Miguel Esteban Curillo. Miguel plans to join the workforce full-time. Say hello. Mariana Ceja Laredo. Mariana to enroll in technical program at Bell Institute. Kenya Contreras. Kenya plans to study psychology at the University of Northern Colorado. Hayden Darcy. Hayden plans to join the workforce full-time. Vidal Dominguez. Vidal as a pharmacy technician and plans to pursue further education to become a pharmacist. Jasmine Isabella Dubois. Jasmine plans to study commercial aviation and forensic science at the University of North Dakota. Elizis Garcia Diaz. Elizis plans to study civil engineering. Maria Gomez. Maria plans to study engineering at Colorado State University. Adrienne Gomez. Adrienne plans to take some time off from school and then pursue a 4-year degree. Kaylee Francis Griego. Kaylee plans to study social work at Colorado State University. Tyson Jarris plans to enter the workforce. Ariana Hernandez. Ariana was unable to be here today as she is already serving in the United States Army. Thank you, Ariana, for your service. Juliana Hughes. Julie plans to enter the workforce full-time. Adolfo plans to study biochemistry and play soccer at Southwestern College. Ethan Clay Jordan. Ethan plans to study welding and become an automotive enthusiast. Carolina Kanushag. Winter plans to work for a year to save money and then pursue a 4-year education. Blaine Alexander Lame. Blaine plans to study mathematics with a secondary teaching emphasis at the University of Northern Colorado. Davina Lamez. Davina plans to study radiology technology at Ames Community College. Sierra Lincoln. Sierra plans to enroll in culinary classes at Front Range Community College while working full-time for D6 Nutrition Services. Isela Lopez Mandujana. Isela plans to study to become what is that word? Esthetician. Wow, I learned something today. Impressive. Regina Lucero. Regina plans to study sociology at the University of Northern Colorado. Diana Macias. Diana plans to study forensic psychology at the University of Northern Colorado. Angela Marquez. Angela plans to study nursing at the University of Northern Colorado. Lorena Marquez. Lorena plans to study art at Ames Community College. Melendez. Brittany plans to study architecture at the University of Colorado, Denver. Crystal Vivian Mendoza Martinez. Crystal plans to study business at the University of Northern Colorado. Jessica Elizabeth Miller. Jessica plans to pursue further education. Dylan Newton. Dylan plans to study automotive technology at Ames Community College. Osvaldo Ornelius Ruiz. Osvaldo plans to study electrical and computer engineering at the University of Colorado, Denver. Congrats, Oz. Lindsay Joe Packer. Lindsay plans to study welding at Ames Community College. Santiago Pineda. Santiago plans to study software engineering at the University of Northern Colorado. Denise Yahya Pineda Javara. Denise plans to pursue in a career path that involves helping people. Mario Ramirez Pino. Mario plans to study aerospace engineering at the University of Colorado, Boulder. Esperanza Nevea Rizzo plans to study psychology at the University of Northern Colorado. Marco Antonio Rodriguez. Marco plans to pursue further education. Congrats, Marco. Joshua Romero. Joshua plans to the workforce. Hey, congrats, Josh. Jocelyn Guadalupe Santos Soltero and plans to study pre-vet medicine. Congrats. Saffron Scott. Saffron plans to study dietetics at the University of Northern Colorado. John Michael Siri. John Michael plans to pursue a career in the hemp industry. Chloe Templeman. Chloe plans to take some time off of school and then pursue further education. Valeria Treviso. Valeria plans to pre at Central College in Texas and has already moved to Texas. Kalia Turner. Kalia plans to study audiology and speech language sciences at the University in Colorado. Brenda Vasquez. Brenda plans to study criminology at the University of Northern Colorado. Litzy Velez. Litzy plans to attend the University of Northern Colorado and pursue a career in interior design. Vincent Wojerfin plans to serve in the Air National Guard. Thank you in advance for your service, Vincent. Syra Zuniga. Syra plans to study sociology at the University of Northern Colorado. You come get your picture too. Oh, this is Denise Pineda. With the mask, it's kind of tricky to see him. Here's Denise Pineda. Thanks.
And now I ask the third graduating class of Early College Academy to please stand. Graduates, please turn your tassel from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the graduates of Early College Academy. Family members, in just one